So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. My name is Christopher, and I'm delighted that you're here.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Bloopers, outtakes.
Mm-hmm. So come on in, take a sip, and let's wind down. My name is Christopher, and I am delighted that you're here with me as we discover thoughtful ways to solve the New York Times crossword together. It is the 43rd day of the Gregorian calendar. We have 5 days until the year of the fire horse begins, and we're on solve number 1322. There's also an annular eclipse on the horizon. Should be interesting to see. And one of my favorite words ever. I stumbled across it a couple of days ago, and I put it in my notes to do it, and I forgot. But Graumangère, which is just a delicious meal, a great meal. Nothing quite like it. It does kind of sound like Graumangère. Yeah, but Graumangère. And yeah, that it is. And as a matter of fact, I do believe Christopher Hitchens said once that the most beautiful word in French is le mange, the mange. But it does sound quite beautiful, right? You know? So, je fais, je mange. If I'm hungry, I eat. Got it. On our community toast, we got some serious shout outs here today. So first of all, shout out to Crosswordland, who met his wife on J-Date. I get tickled every time I see J-Date. I think it was like a SNL skit or something, but I could still see, the whole scene. I'm Jewish. I'm not religiously. I'm not anything religiously, but I'm not making fun of J-Date, but I kind of am because it's funny. But I'm super happy that Crosswordland found his wife there. And as a matter of fact, he always stands in for us when we are having to travel or something we cannot get to the grid. He usually stands in for us, and so he's been a super great friend to the channel. I want to say thanks to Jordan for siding with me on the shoe controversy from yesterday's 7 Across. Something you leave by the door when you enter the home or something. It's like, oh yeah. And come to find out later on that it was Silent Evie who voted with me on this shoe, by the way, that it was really a reference to Cinderella. But that was kind of a big thing. I thought that was just, what the heck? You leave a shoe? So thank you, Jordan. I want to also say thanks to Fatboy 98765 for the traveling inkwell advice. I will be going online and ordering one right when this goes live at 7:30 Central European time. And I want to shout out also to his current streak of 937. That's just incredible. It's becoming a thing. Like this is amazing. And the only thing I want to know, Fatboy 98765, was how was that roast chicken? The recipe you sent looked delicious. I can't wait to hear about it. I heard from my best girl yesterday, my mother, who reported on the Chardonnay of the evening she was enjoying back in San Antonio. Farniente, was it? I'm a little jealous, as always. Queen Sue brought up the dyslexic Shakespeare majors unite. I'm thinking that might make a fine tote bag cover as well. Nevertheless, Silent Evie also voted on the tote bag, and MZ sounded off as another vote for the shoe controversy. So yeah, we've heard this for some folks, but I got to tell you, Lily Mae Furman, you said you would buy a wind down tote bag. It's not about the buying it part. It's about the fact that there are people that would, and that makes me happy. So we really think we probably need to get busy kind of getting a merch store together, right? We have 9,000 subscribers and stuff. The channel keeps growing, but we're not getting ahead of ourselves. But it would be nice to have some t-shirts out there, coasters, stuff like this, right? Nothing crazy. We don't need like a wind down Rolls Royce or something. Though that would be nice, but whatever. You talk about having merch that I wouldn't be able to afford. If we're jumping into our crossword time machine, just 2 items today, but things that can absolutely crop up in those more difficult grids. Today, on this day, Christian Dior presents his first influential collection, and I would say his seminal collection, maybe even his swan song, and it was his first, but that was the New Look that came out in 1947. Also, and this I'm still thinking it's just kind of odd that this happened in 2001. But the near-Earth asteroid rendezvous Shoemaker, the near Shoemaker, lands in the saddle region of 433 Eros, becoming the first spacecraft to land on an asteroid, and that was on this day in 2001. So that's crazy to me, because it seems like that was a long time ago. We had technology, but I think about the stuff we were using. Flip phones. We had, I don't even think we had flip phones yet. I think we were all on Nokias yet, right? You know, and by 2001, I had a Cassiopeia Palm Pilot, and then I got a color Palm Pilot. This is just you're thinking that how technology doubles every 7 years or something like that, triples or whatever it is. It's just amazing. So, nevertheless, let's get ready to hop into our grid. We got a Thursday, and that always means that we get a rebus or a bunch of rebuy, as we like to say here with our little 3-person vote on rebuses versus rebuy, and rebuys got the nod. The ayes had it. Bueno knows. The motion carried. And so there it was. Resolution. Done. Resolved. So we've got a Thursday grid here, February 12th. My Valentine is sitting behind me. I'm so excited about this weekend. We're going to Kaiserslautern, which is a wonderful tourist destination. But we do love it there. And this one's constructed by Kareem Ayas. Let's hop in. See what we got. All the talk of Negronis over the past couple of days. Well, I went out and got a new gin called Fox something. I don't know. Anyway, it's good. Succeed. This is asterisked. Okay. Let's see. What do we got going on 58 across then? Provide comfort in a way, or a hint to the answers to the 4 starred clues. Okay, that doesn't help me any at all. Sometimes it kind of gives itself away, though. You can jump in there. So succeed, no idea what a phone call or new album might do, and I guess that could drop. That's a clever one, Kareem Ayas, right out of the gate. 7-Eleven competitor on the East Coast, and I think that's called Wawa. It's been in the grid a number of times. I had to look it up. Pictures on Google look pretty nice, you know. But anyway, I don't know how long it's been around. Didn't get in that far. Succeed. Okay, man, that DW there, that doesn't bode well for succeed, does it? Tree of knowledge, locale, Eden. Yeah, so I think we probably got a dwell. I don't know what else we could have here other than a dweeb. So maybe so. Directory name, no idea. Angular unit of measurement. I'm imagining it could be a radian. Check our N. Sushi, seaweed type would be nori. So far, we're good. I think. Must pay, owes to. So stuff's lining up here. But I have no idea what's going on with succeed. But then again, it is a Thursday. So who knows? Who knows? We just got to solve what we can and then figure out where we got to fill in the rest. Heavy metal band whose name is a big cat in Spanish, and that would be a band from Fort Worth, Texas, our hometown. And this would be Pantera.
And I heard Kuo Marcy, who followed
on TikTok.
Some Pantera the other day on TikTok.
Fantastic. So, well, you know, it used to just be this little thrash metal band that played a lot out on Highway 80 off of Camp Bowie back in the 80s. And Joe's Garage, stuff like that. So that was never really my thing. Now, Jerry Lynn, she loved the metal stuff when she was in high school. But yeah, how could you not like a local band like Pantera? So good on them, making it into the grid. Sign out. Okay, so that looks like we have a point here for maybe an exit. That would be clever. I think that makes this dwell and a listee for a directory name and latex. So far we are making no sense, but everything's lining up. And that's the big thing we got to keep in mind on a Thursday as I'm sitting here feverishly looking and thinking, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? But I don't know. Take out in a way. Is that maybe to see? Am I seeing you? Square? I don't know. I guess it could be. Put it in. If it's not, I guess we're going to find out. Off-road, ride for short, perhaps an ATV. Gives us a starting place here. Speak extemporaneously. Oh, I can ad-lib all day long. I can do that. I felt it. Lightweight fabric for a handkerchief and steak? I don't know. Let's see how we're spelling that out. Ingrid Bergman's Casablanca roll be Ilsa. So there's good. Yeah, I think that's Bastique. It's not very... I don't think I've ever seen that in the grid. Small surgical instrument could be... Typically, in the grid, it's a lancet. So, check. Lunch item, usually eaten with 2 hands in brief. Maybe a BLT. New England style chowder for 1. So, I mean, obviously, we're talking about clam. But what, right? You know... Makeup of some shelves could be ice, of course, an ice shelf. And a horned mountain climber could be an ibex. So we've already got 2 X's in here. Interesting. Those are that's rare. Befuddled could be at sea. So an idea. Say. An idea. Say. I have to kind of personalize it. So a sacrilegious. Is this an L? Firehouse supply? Don't know. Alternatively, we got going on at the top here. Home of War in the Pacific National Historic Park. One's over there and over there, over there. I think we're talking about GIs there. So I think this is Guam then. It kind of sits on the tip of my tongue, but I'm asking myself also, maybe is it in Oahu, right? You know, is that possible? I mean, I've been there. Well, I was very much younger, but got to have that one letter. And so, get 1 or 2 letters, and it's easier to guess what it is that you're looking at. That's always been the thing for me. I can sit on the couch and we can watch Jeopardy. We just sit there and watch it. I mean, we're talking, and I'm not kidding. I mean, she keeps me honest. She would be like saying, if I'm lying to you. But I'm telling you, I probably just rattle off 90% of the answers before the buzzer's going off. I mean, it's not... But I just know that if I was there on the site, I'd be fiddling with the buzzer, and then I wouldn't be able to remember. I'd be needing the G to remember Guam, right? So this is my medium, right? Sapa blank, the only emperor in Quechua. So this would be Inca. That I know at least. Beat in chest, maybe mated. You gotta watch those verbs and, how do we conjugate that? Right? Beat past tense, past perfect tense, present. Legend as an example. So AC tells me maybe an Acura is what we're dealing with. And sacrilegious indeed would be unholy. I was a little concerned. When I saw the Y and I saw sacrilegious, I was thinking heresy for some reason, but that would not have lined up. But nevertheless, if you feel something strange, you should probably play it out. So Dennis's sister on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Oh, yeah, that's right. I think I've ever seen that. I mean, I'm assuming D. So I'm going to put in D because it looks like we got an even here, and this says square. And quickly smooch, or a hint to the answers to the 4-star down clues. And this is our Easter egg for the day because I stole a kiss earlier when I got home. And I
tried to steal one at TK Maxx and then I scared you to death.
That's true. She tried to steal a kiss me. We were over at TK Maxx earlier, which is the same as, it's TJ Maxx's older, slightly more sophisticated European cousin.
I would say less sophisticated.
It's just right across the street in the mall, so it's easy to go shopping there for towels and whatever. So, lightweight fabric for a handkerchief. Yeah, I think this is Bastique. Now I got to remember how to spell it. I'm gonna take a shot though. Bastique. No, I don't remember how to spell it. I'm just gonna have to wait. Square. Looks like Even Steven. And Michael, nominated for Oscars in 5 different decades, would be Michael Caine. So, okay. Yeah, I can't remember. Is it Batik? Is it Batik? I don't remember. Nosh. Maybe snack is Nosh. And little laugh. Batish? I don't remember. Digs for dogs kennel. Well, I carry handkerchiefs, and I put a lot of emphasis on them. I get my initials monogrammed on them and everything. I iron them out. I mean, that's a big deal. And usually I go with linen. But you know, I know I've gotten this fabric before. Provide cotton for and away, comfort for and away. I'm here, got my mind on the cotton. So is this maybe to give a hug? Unpleasant discovery under a desk. If that's a give a hug, what's the use? Web portal with the butterfly logo. So I guess we're talking about gum. Talking about gum under the desk. And so maybe give a hug is actually it. We got a very strange little grid here today. I like it.
Steal a kiss, give a hug.
Give a hug? Yeah. Yeah, hair razor, some gel to go along with those stolen kisses and given hugs. Surrender could be to cede. And schooner's stabilizer would be a keel. Or the fella holding it if we're talking beer mugs. Little laugh, I guess maybe a tee-hee? Is it Batiste? I don't know. I don't remember. I think it is Batiste. I mean, I've been going all over the place with this thing, but I do recall. See, the thing I know, I like linen. It's made from flax. But I think Batiste is made from any fabric, but primarily cotton. And sometimes you want cotton and not flax. And so I think fool could be to delude. And stuff with strands could be DNA. And word appearing 51 times in the New Testament. Okay, so here we got another X just rolling up and through here. We've got behind in payment, which should be late, but we got latex. Kisses and hugs, X's and O's. X's and O's, yeah, it's a Valentine's Day grid. I bet you anything. So I think this is supposed to be amen. So we'll put Axe-men down. Woo, 51 times, huh? Amen makes sense. Axe-men maybe not so much. So we've got clam what here? I think it's supposed to be clam chowder, but I don't know. Wolf down could be to snarf. That is such an inelegant word, is it not? I mean, yeah, if it shows up in your grid when you're constructing, you'll go with it, but that's just an ugly word. It's kind of like moist. Don't like the word moist either. Moist or snarf. There's a few others. Wraps up, maybe ends. Okay, so cow's mouthful would be a cud. So I think we were going for clams up here. So we got photo ops, pen, corral. My mind was thinking prison or authoring. I wasn't thinking of corralling. So that's interesting. From further back could be older. Public messages of appreciation. So yeah, so instead of a shout out, I think would be a shut outs. Shut outs. kind of where I think it's going. Alternatively, ellipses, hockey stick, hockey stick, hockey stick. Okay, yeah, got it. So we're talking, or else. Took me a second. So do we have older here? And our firehouse supply could be ladders. So unless I've just fat fingered something somewhere and I haven't seen it or caught it or remembered or whatever it is I'm supposed to do about that, it's all kind of lining up here, but I'm still not quite sure. Give a hug. So give a hug, which is an O. So that could, that's those, So you give a hug, you're giving an O. So, okay, I don't know. If you're giving a hug, it's an O. A kiss is an X, right? I mean, X's and O's. Letters from home, something like that. So, mechanisms that are often spring-loaded, mouse traps. I actually did a small series of paintings about mousetraps.
There's a story.
There's a story. I won't bore you with it, but I'll tell you what. You could call it Dada, though. It's definitely this is definitely Dada art. It's kind of cool. I like them, but sign on some restroom doors. Maybe men, maybe. Us in Spanish, nosotros. So nos. Yeah, that's true. Kitchen gadget brand would be OXO. I don't know what it's supposed to be called. They're very popular here in Germany too. In fact, they just had them on the shelf there in the kitchenware department at TK Maxx. So forevermore would be external. Yeah, so you're giving a hug. Right, so you're adding a U, and so here we've got the Stila kisses lined up and highlighted there. So instead of eternal, we have externally. It gets me confused. Mount known to produce rare volcanic smoke rings. Okay, Etna. We've lived in Europe about 7 years now, and we have not been to Etna. I don't know if we will. Of course, as language could be salty, alt weekly, and wield could be to ply. I have this horrible feeling that I've fat-fingered something somewhere. Maybe it's because I don't feel comfortable with the whole grid theme just yet.
Puzzle.
College subject that can be evolutionary or behavioral psychology. I have 18 hours of undergraduate minor in psychology, and we never discussed evolutionary psychology at the time. Genetics was a conversation, but this was 35 years ago, so I missed out on a lot of that. Tomato type. How about aroma? I don't know why I do that every now and then. Tomato. In a received pronunciation accent. I mean, tomato. Oh, for the love of God, no. What is that? What is it for them? Okay, tomato. Okay, got it. Sounds from un estadio. How about oles? Very good. I'm glad I speak Spanish. I am. It makes me happy. Can't lose anything over on me. All right, long-legged waiter. Give a hug. Okay, because we don't have enough room for flamingo, but we do have enough room for flaming. So give a hug. That's the O. We lost an O in shout-outs. We lost an O in clam soup. Give a hug. Steal a kiss. So we're gaining an X here, right? Which works out great for ibex, which is why rebus wouldn't have worked here, as in adding. It doesn't work on both intersection axes. However, interesting regardless. Northeastern Prep School or its town, and I'm thinking Exeter. So, severely harm could be to maim, right? But we've got instead a maxim, which is great. Ceramics component, I think we're talking silica, one of my favorite art classes in undergraduate, by the way, ceramics. Hollywood's Anderson or Bach, Pamela. It was just recently that Pamela Bach was found, I think she committed suicide. Well, I hope I got that right. I don't want to just be talking about it here.
Don't.
But no, I'm fairly sure she did. I wouldn't just dream that one up. I mean, I can't say I was the biggest fan, but she wasn't. But she was kind of an icon of the '80s, you know. Anyway, words of affirmation. How about it? It is. It is. Resting place for a boa. Okay, a neck. Very good. And so we've got some spa treatments are masks, and here we have pâté de foie gras. So I don't know, how do we do, Bob? All right, well, you know, we're gonna have to prosecute this thing to make sure that we're tracking here. So I've got this give a hug. So instead of do well, instead of shout out, clam soup or flamingo. Right? I got dwell, shutouts, clams up, flaming. And on steal a kiss, instead of late, I got latex. Instead of amen, I got X-Men. Instead of eternally, I have externally. And instead of maim, I have maxim. So this Graumangère, like every one of your grids, it's just perfection. It really is. This
started off the first one.
And the very first one out of the gate. I mean, right out of the gate, I was like, what the heck is succeed up here? I couldn't figure out what was up with that. And then I came down and said, oh, a phone call can drop, new album drops, got it, okay. Hey, now we're doing good, we got this. And all of a sudden it went crazy from there. But what a fantastic grid. Some very clever, some very challenging stuff in here too. Some of us are just flat out, you know, math, science nerds, just humanities nerds, really. If it's taught in a humanities program, kind of into it, right? So radians there, you know, but this is not normal stuff to talk about. I love seeing Pantera in there. It's great. I wish I knew even one of their songs to brag about it. I like the Toadies, though. They were a Fort Worth group, so at least they played there a lot. Yeah.
From like Possum Kingdom or something.
They sang a song about Possum Kingdom, but I don't know. They were always at the Hop at the off at Berry Street. But Penn Corral, I was thinking author. I was thinking of like, you know, go to jail, go to prison. But it really kind of just had me running all over the place here. But it kind of started to come together towards the end. I think by the time we were getting to shutouts versus shoutouts, and with Shotzi's encouragement saying shoutouts, and I'm like, yeah, it should be. And then ding, 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 you know, then the light bulb went off, and that's just awesome stuff. Graumangère, this is a fantastic grid. So seriously, very, very cool. So we'll go to bring down our Bannier do. Bravo to Graumangère, seriously. As that said, I will be seriously looking into coming up with a way to get some t-shirts and some tote bags and things of that nature out. I think I would rather source that kind of thing here locally, right? You know, we like to support local business. And so I don't know that I'll be setting up some sort of a thing like that. What we'll probably have is a link or something to maybe to a website or to a way to just order direct. And that way you're not spending a ton of money on a tote bag that you shouldn't have to, right? You know, it shouldn't be an expensive proposition. I mean, we're pretty egalitarian here, this team, the two of us, right? So we're not about that at all. So yeah, I appreciate everybody's support. Seriously, the shoe debacle yesterday was probably the most excitement I've had in a while, so that's kind of nice. But nevertheless, it's been great. I love hearing from you all, and you really make the community shout outs. It makes our community toasts a very special event each day, and I look so forward to it. And so we're going to be on the road tomorrow to Kaiserslautern, and we're going to be taking care of a few things there business-wise. We lived there we lived in Kaiserslautern for 3 years, so we love the little area there. So we're going to go do some stuff around there, get caught up on a couple of things, and then we'll be solving from our hotel room, which is the Schloss Hotel in Landstuhl, and it sits right underneath the Burg Nan. It's a Burgruine, which is the German word for a castle ruin, and so that'll be interesting. We might be able to get some shots. Maybe Shotzi will if she goes for a walk on Saturday morning or something like that. But we'll share those images with you when we come back for the Saturday grid back in the studio. Then may more than likely be solving the grid on the drive home. Be doing a blind solve on Saturday. So while I'll be driving, Shotzi will be calling out the clues, and I'll try to come up with the answers without looking at the grid, and that's always a very challenging thing.
Oh, it's a Saturday.
And it's a Saturday,
For a
yeah.
minute I was thinking Sunday, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, Sunday, that's just too much. Well, Saturday's a pretty challenging day to be doing a blind solve, but I think we're going to do it anyway. It's always a lot of fun when you do that. And so, anyhow, until we see you tomorrow from the Schloss Hotel Landstuhl, and we really look forward to that. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. Arrivederci. Que tengas unos lindos días. Masalamati. Annyeonghaseyo. Henlapgai. And Kemcho. Be well out there, everyone, and we'll see you on the morrow. Just tell everybody you know to be nice people. Cheers.